Hi, this is Megan Ward.
Hi, this is Chantal Buckhorn.
Hi, it's Josie Lee Bayliss.
New media technology can be used in multiple ways throughout research, planning, construction and the evaluation stages of our media product.
In the research part of our media product, Google, a Web 2.0 aspect of the internet, and YouTube played a huge role. We were able to use Google to research into directors such as Wes Craven on their official sites and on IMDb, which allowed us to research into these creators of horror films and look into the techniques they used, therefore gaining knowledge about film conventions which we could later implement into our own trailer. We could also use Google's search engine to research into the fans of horror films by looking at forums and blogs dedicated to horror films. This way we could gain more knowledge about the sorts of people who watch horror films, therefore know what we need to do to attract them. The reason we use Google so much in our research is because it allowed us to look into a range of different sources that would contribute to our own knowledge of horror film conventions and subgenres, which would all play a large role in the construction of our media products.
Another new media technology that we used in our research was the use of YouTube, a We Media product created in 2005. The use of YouTube allowed us to view a wide range of horror film trailers that both applied to our subgenre, such as I Know What You Did Last Summer, and other horror genres. This was extremely helpful because it allows us a visual insight into the final edited look of a horror trailer. Therefore, we know we had an idea of a professional trailer would look like in comparison to an amateur trailer. We also were able to use YouTube for researching into our 3 chosen horror trailer themes, which help us know common themes such as murder and hidden identity found in our subgenre of slasher stalker, which would be taken into consideration when planning out horror trailer storyline.
In the research stage, when we were creating our mind maps, instead of creating them on softwares such as PowerPoint, we decided to use a website called ExamTime because we were able to gain a faster approach for better quality. Because it's an internet site, we were unaware of how to save a mind map as a JPEG onto our personal accounts. However, once figuring it out, we had gained further knowledge of another website.
In the planning stage of our media product, we now began to implement not just softwares, but also hardwares. Because of a popular convention of horror trailers is blood, we decided to video a blood workshop, which we could look back on later to create blood for our horror trailer. Because this took place during class, the most easily accessible hardware to use to video it was the phone camera. The use of a phone camera was easy because we are familiar with the functions such as zoom and in focus because of our daily use of mobile phones. However, a downside to this was that it did not achieve a high professional look that a professional videoing camera would have. We created our video using Adobe Premiere Pro, which was a new software to use that we all had very limited knowledge on. However, because we would be creating our horror trailer using this software, using it in the planning stage would benefit us because we could experiment and gain an insight early on in our media production. Using Adobe Premiere Pro gave us access to such functions such as text templates, where we could write instructions out of what we were doing and place them in between shots, therefore giving us more information on how to carry out the blood making process. A downside to this is that because we were new to Premiere Pro, we had little tolerance for it, which led us to not putting in as much effort in learning how to use it, which would not benefit us greatly as it could have in the construction stage. Another software that we used in the planning stage of our media product was Word Processor. Because our group were all familiar with Word Processor, we were confident in using it. Therefore, not as much time was taken up as before when using unknown software. Because of our prior knowledge of Word Processor, we were able to use it to create a questionnaire to ask our target audience. We were able to create a professional and appealing appearance, which was simple to understand when filling out the questionnaire about our group horror trailer and individual horror ancillary tasks. Because we were using Word Processor to create our questionnaires, we needed to export it in a format that would be suitable to upload onto WordPress. Therefore, we gained knowledge on how to export a Word Processor document into a PDF, which was very helpful in late planning stages. And we also learned how to upload a PDF to WordPress, a shared forum, which would also be helpful when it came to uploading other tasks. However, because not all of the group knew how to export a Word Processor document as a PDF, some members of the group had to show others, therefore using up more time.
In our planning stage, we used PowerPoint to create our film pitches. Because we were all confident in the use of PowerPoint, we did not struggle to use such features like creating a new slide or adding imagery. We used PowerPoint to give a detailed pitch for our horror film trailer so that we could present it to our peers and explain to them what we planned our horror to be like. This was very helpful because the use of PowerPoint was simple and user-friendly, therefore there was little struggle or annoyance.
The main part of our group product was the construction stage. This was a very vital part of our group work because it was the main product and we were going to create it on a software that we had no previous experience with and no knowledge of. Therefore, we were going to be using lots of time trying to figure out how to use it. Premiere Pro was very useful for achieving a professional and appealing look as it supplied all the necessary features like being able to add effects like transitions between clips such as black fade and text transitions which tell the narrative of the trailer. In combination with using such softwares, we use a camera to film the trailer clips. Therefore, the combination of these two technologies allowed us to learn how to import clips into Premiere Pro, which also led us learning how to export Premiere Pro into an AVI format. One limitation to this was because of the complex nature of Premiere Pro, there was a possibility that our work could have been much better. For our evaluation questions, we used multiple softwares and hardwares to create our answers. One of the main softwares that was frequently used was the website Prezi.com, which was another new software that we had not used before. The main limitation was that because we had no previous experience, it took a while in learning how to use it, but the most important advantage was that we had developed more technology and presentation skills. It was very useful when presenting our evaluation answers, but it had an effective and appealing look to get all information across. But it also offered features such as creating a path from one source of information to the next, adding voiceovers, images, and adding videos. Overall, the one software that we used continuously was WordPress, the online sharing domain where we presented all our work. WordPress was very helpful because it allowed us to present all images, write text, add links to YouTube videos, PDF files, and everything else needed to effectively present our work in an appealing and professional manner. The other software we continuously used was YouTube to not only do our research and planning, but also to upload our film trailer and any responses towards our film work.